Do you think you could use
Somebody.
the final? Yes, but the Final Fantasy games to kind of get a read as to where video games are in their respective years, because I don't think any of them
No.
particularly age well.
They're always behind the times, except for 7.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, like, 15 is not, like, setting the world on fire.
I mean, yeah.
Like, it's like, oh, it's open world, but so is, like, every other game, and there's, like, better open world games.
Right, but it's like a product of its time.
It's like a product of 2 years ago.
But like, what's changed in those 2 years that would make a big open world Final Fantasy game not modern?
Because there's, like, Zelda now, and Zelda kind of changed how open world games function. Or
Really?
should
Like,
function.
how do you mean? Just like the approach?
Just by being way better than any other open world game.
I'm not sure what that kind of means though.
Because Zelda is not, here's 15 quests that are the exact same thing, where you go, half the quest is you traveling somewhere, and then you do something generic and repetitive, and then you get like a little tiny bit of flavor text from someone.
Okay.
Or you don't climb a tower, and then it shows you where the collectibles are, and then you go get the collectibles.
Okay.
Open world games are dumb.
But
I feel like you Java.
I don't know. I don't.
Oh, bronze.
Wasn't that like? Could you make the same argument though that Phantom Pain is kind of that way too?
No.
I mean,
Phantom
I
Pain
don't-
is amazing.
No, I mean like not in the Final Fantasy 15 way, but in like the changing things way.
Yeah, I think
because it feels like it's about the same argument you might be able to make for
yeah.
that game. Only the plot's also kind of wrapped up in that, like what do you and don't you find in the world map and stuff.
Right. And I don't think Zelda would have happened if the Phantom Pain hadn't happened.
Really?
Oh, Jesus. This sucks. Oh my god. I don't remember this.
Well, this is about where you said you'd peter off normally, right?
Right around in here, yeah.
Okay. Why is everything on fire? I kind of stopped paying attention to the plot.
I've made it past it. The big guardian of heaven or something stopped down and made fun of me and then made everything on fire.
Oh, okay. So, okay, then how is
Oh my god.
by being a major by being like an open world game like that, how is
Okay.
15
Oh, no.
not representative of
It's
2017?
time.
Yeah, when like every game is that. And
But I
I mean,
feel
yeah,
like
there are ones that are changing that, I guess,
Yeah.
but they're still, I don't know, still a major Assassin's Creed release, still like
Yeah. It's supposed to be better though. It still looks super boring to me, but people seem to like it.
right, but like there's still a lot of games coming out that play to that formula, is what I'm saying.
Shoot! I was so close to killing him! Look at... Did you see?
All I see is
Michael,
the
did you
listeners are
see?
over.
I was so close.
So close.
I kind of lost track of what my point was.
Okay, so I was saying that you could use the Final Fantasy games as like as time capsules to kind of like from a historical perspective to try to gauge basically the way video games develop, or at least what the
But
themes
they're
are in their
so-
respective years.
I think most of that comes from the fact that 7 was so influential. Because like 8 was not... You wouldn't look at the games that came out the year 8 came out and say like, oh, these are like... 8 was on... It had its finger on the pulse of gaming, because it's just like another Final Fantasy game. And like 9 was a complete throwback, which is part of why it's my favorite. Like it wasn't... It was new because it was old.
What if that's like a good? I don't know. That might be pulling. That might be
Uh-oh.
reaching a bit.
What's
That's
up?
what I'm trying to like because it's good because it's a retro game at a time when maybe retro games were kind of worth digging back into. But
Yeah, because it's like a. That sucks that he can do that. Okay, we're going down here. That was cool. And then 10, everybody loves 10, but it's like 10 is as much a throwback as 9 is, I feel like, because there's barely like an overworld, and it's not a throwback. I guess 10 is maybe the best example of what you're talking about because it feels like a
I mean, my only experience with 10 is when we played 10-2 together for like 20 minutes, and there was
the opening
the
cutscene
robot,
broke.
and there was the robot drummer guy and fan
The Buddha
service,
statue?
and yeah, Neil Peartbot or whatever. And
Yeah. That was janky.
yeah, that was a weird time.
Yeah. I don't like 10. I think 10 is a bad game.
Really?
Yep.
I
you
feel
know
like-
this.
Oh yeah, I do know this. But I don't know. You like 13, and no one else does. And
13 is a fantastic game
why?
that people can't appreciate. The battle system is so cool.
Okay. Pretend I'm Christian and I'm saying I watch TV while mashing X to beat a boss.
I could do that in any Final Fantasy game.
I don't know.
You press X to attack. Of course you could beat a boss by pressing X.
No, because sometimes I don't know. I feel like bosses are kind of too strong for that to be a thing
Oh, I see.
in Final Fantasy. Like you have to like actually plan what you do sometimes.
Yeah, but you can do that in 13. Oh gosh.
I guess I need to play 13 to know.
13 is a great game.
Jesus Christ.
Now I'm out of building. I like the characters, or I like what they do with the characters. There's like a... It's been a long time, but there's like a black guy with a little chocobo in his afro, and he's just looking for his kid or something. And he's just like a normal guy who gets wrapped up in this like crazy battle of the gods happening, and there's like Final Fantasy racism towards people because they have crystals inside them.
Okay.
It's sick. And like people, like a lot of the things I like about other people are stuff people hate about it, because like they made the summons really over the top and crazy in a dumb way where like like you like summon a pair of goddesses, but they like dance with each other as like robot goddesses and then turn into a motorcycle, and then you ride the motorcycle around and like shoot missiles at people.
People don't like that. That sounds awesome.
I know, it's so cool. And people are like, well, this isn't what Final Fantasy was, so it's dumb.
Wait,
You're
no,
dumb.
but like in 7, you freaking, I don't know.
13 is very referential towards 7.
Okay.
Not like outright, but like it's kind of like they're like homages to 7.
Well, I mean, I guess my thought is that people love 7, but 7 summons are kind of dumb.
They take forever. Well, they were just
Yeah.
meant to like show off that the PlayStation was crazy.
Yeah. And they do that thing where it's like, oh, I'm summoning a devil from the earth kind of thing just to fight this mob
Yeah.
boss.
Hell yeah. I don't know.
Or chocobo. I don't know. I don't feel like... Because I feel like 7's kind of absurd in that sense.
7 is very absurd.
Because it's just kind of like, yeah, I'm summoning a super god monster
Yeah,
devil
because
guy.
materia.
Gonna shoot giant
I'm
fireballs
not gonna
at this
survive this
little
fight.
guy, and guess what? I can summon him again tomorrow.
The music in 13 is amazing. Oh, there we go.
I want Christian here. I
Yeah.
want to hear him just
I
shit
feel
on
like the
drinks.
soundtrack. The soundtrack is the one thing people seem to agree on, where it's like, yeah, the game's not great, but the soundtrack is.
Yeah.
It's okay. The battle theme I think is crazy. It doesn't even kick in until like a minute into it, which is weird. But I like that.
I mean,
I don't know. There's something about it. Don't you? You have games where it's like, there's just something about this, and it's maybe not the best game in the world, and a lot of people don't like it, but there's just something about it.
I guess I have to think.
Hawks. No, don't do it. Oh, I don't like that.